Hello and welcome to the Pup Mommy. Well, it's finally a beautiful day, and as we get closer to the Memorial Holiday weekend, we all know what that means. It means, it's the official, unofficial, unofficial, whatever it is, start of summer, and that means summer fun for you and your favorite pup. So whether you're going to go hiking or you're going to go camping or you're just simply jogging or walking the dog, that's one of the things that we look forward to with that warm, sunny weather. But another thing that we have to think about also is when it really starts to get hot and humid, and I mean when the temperatures start going up into the 80s and the 90s, then we need to take a little bit more special care about our pups to prevent them from overheating and, God forbid, actually experience heat stroke. So if you're a first-time dog owner or you haven't owned dogs for a little while and you're just getting into the swing of things, let me give you a few tips about some of the things that you should be looking for and watching out for. Now, I have Boston Terriers and I have German Shepherds, and heat effect and humidity affect dogs and different breeds of dogs in a variety of different ways. But with Boston Terriers, as well as Boxers, Pugs, Pekingese, any of these short muzzled dogs with the pushed in noses, those dogs would have significant problems breathing in the hot, humid weather. And even if you don't have some of those breeds, even if you have a double-coated breed like the Shepherd or a St. Bernard, we have to take extra special care with those dogs during the hot summer weather. And in fact, it's not only those dogs, it's all dogs in general. Now with dogs, obviously, they don't perspire like humans. They cool themselves through panting. And so when we're busy playing with the pups and we're throwing the ball and everybody's exercising and having fun, a couple of things that we really need to pay attention to is that we limit their exercise, especially in that hot, humid weather. Maybe 10 minutes at a time, 15 minutes at a time. And if your dogs are anything like my little Boston Terrier ball warriors, they will go and go until they drop. So it's incumbent upon you, Mom and Dad, to make sure that doesn't happen, which is easier said than done. Another thing to keep in mind also too, especially if you like to walk and jog, when it gets hot out, that asphalt on the street gets hot pretty quick, and that sidewalk gets pretty darn hot as well. So it's always better if you can walk your dogs earlier in the morning or in the evenings so that their paws don't come into contact with that, that burning sidewalk and that burning asphalt. Mine, if I'm walking mine, they tend to walk in the grass, period, because it's nice and softer than the sidewalk. So if you're outdoors with your pups, take care and make sure that you have plenty of shade available for them. I mean, over here on my property, I got trees all over the place, so I don't need to worry about that. But others are not that, some of my neighbors are not necessarily that fortunate with all those trees. So have as much shade as you possibly can, and also some nice cool water available for your pups. Now, one of the things that you might consider also is to keep your pups off hot sidewalks or hot decks. There is also a gizmo that I have here that you can't see right now, but I'll show you a picture of it later, and it's a raised dog bed. And sometimes those raised dog beds are really pretty cool, although my dogs right now think they're a foreign object. I spent the money on the dog bed, and the only thing that it's doing is it's standing on the deck and looking like a dog bed. Everybody just kind of ignores it, but I'm hoping to change that. I'm hoping to change that. While other dogs, they just absolutely love raised beds. So it all depends on how your dog is taught place and how your dog, or not, and if your dog really takes a liking to it. But what do you do if you suspect that your dog is overheating? All right. Now, if your dog is overheating, you basically are going to notice that because the dog is going to be heavily panting. And if you walk up to the dog or you kneel down next to it, and you can feel that its heart is going to have a very elevated heartbeat. Now, if something like that happens, where they are just panting and panting and panting and panting, immediately if you're outside, try to bring the dog, first of all, bring the dog inside if it's air conditioned. If you have a tile floor, even a wood floor, the dog is going to lay down on it. It's going to feel much better. At the same time, if you are outside, immediately run to get your garden hose. Now, the garden hoses usually are not going to have shockingly cold ice water, which is good because you don't want to put anything really icy cold on your dog, because that you can, in fact, what you can end up doing is shocking your dog, and you don't want to do that. Your dog is experiencing hypothermia. What you need to do is to bring that heat level down as fast as you can. So what you can do is hose the dog down with some cool water. Then if you have any blankets or towels or wraps or anything like that, once again, cold water, and then apply them to the dog, and keep applying them and keep changing them, because you need to have air circulate on the dog. If you have a fan you can set up, that also is helpful, because again, you need the air circulation and you need to bring that heat temperature down. Now, if by chance, God forbid, your dog starts convulsing, that is an absolute emergency. You need to get on the phone immediately with the vet, and you need to get your dog in the car and over to the emergency vet as fast as you can. Dogs can die from heat stroke, and you don't want to be a statistic, and neither do you want your dog to be one. Now, overheating in dogs, if it's caught in time, your dog is going to recover. Your dog will be fine. It's going to scare the living daylights out of you. Oh, don't. Just my dogs prancing around. Oh, yes. All right. We don't want them to knock down the camera. But anyway, as I was saying, overheating in dogs is serious, but dogs can recover from it. Depending on the breed, depending on how fast you caught it, your dog will be okay. But it's a lesson learned. So bottom line, have a wonderful summer with your pup. Go throw the ball, go jogging, walking, hiking, camping, whatever it is you do. But keep in mind that dogs' bodies obviously are different than ours. And so they need that extra care and precaution. So with that, I want to say thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it if you like and subscribe. And I'll see you for our next video. Bye for now.